After performing very well in heaven, a dog was granted one wish by God. The dog said he wanted to return to his female owner in human form, so he could protect her better. God agreed, with the condition that he would only live for 1 month and not tell anyone that he used to be a dog. Then the dog fell from heaven and landed right on top of his owner, who was helping a client find a cat. Now he had turned into a handsome man. The woman immediately pushed him away and asked why he fell from the sky. Right then, the man heard a cat meowing. He pointed toward the cat, and it immediately jumped into his arms. This was the very cat the woman was searching for on behalf of her client. The woman started to leave with the cat, but an angry dog stood blocking the way. The man pulled it back and spoke in dog language. The angry dog obediently sat down and made friends with the man. Seeing his capability, the woman immediately asked if he would like to be her employee. Actually, the woman's studio specialized in finding lost pets. She figured the man had a special fondness for small animals and was perfect for the job. The man said he could do the job, but he was homeless and needed a place to stay. Once the woman made sure he wasn't lying, she agreed. Then she brought him to her home. Recognizing the familiar environment, the man immediately dropped onto the sofa and started playing with his old favorite toy. The woman thought it was strange, but she respected his hobby. At night, the noise from the living room woke the woman up. Seeing the man wandering around and playing, she realized his habits were exactly like those of her dog that had disappeared 3 years ago. She was still confused when the downstairs neighbor knocked on the door. The neighbor hadn't been able to sleep because of the man's loud noises and asked if the woman had adopted a dog again. The woman said there hasn't been a dog for 3 years. The neighbor didn't believe it and started coming inside to check, but he got scared by the man's angry face. He left after warning them not to make noise. The woman secretly followed behind and suddenly heard the truth about what happened to her dog years ago. She found out that the neighbor had caught her dog and sold it to a dog dealer. She was about to confront the neighbor in anger when the man stopped her. The man came up with a good plan to get the neighbor sent to prison. Therefore, the two of them started making a lot of noise at night. The downstairs neighbor woke right up. When he came upstairs and questioned them, the two acted like they had just woken up from sleep and claimed they didn't make the noise. After the neighbor left, the two continued making noise inside the house. The neighbor couldn't take it anymore and became completely convinced that the woman had gotten another dog. So he sneaked into the woman's house carrying sausages and tried to lure the dog again. But the woman recorded his entire action on camera. The man immediately grabbed him. The neighbor realized he was caught. Without any hesitation, the woman called the police. The neighbor got punished. To reward him for his help, the woman cooked a big meal for the man. But the man saw that all the dishes on the table were harmful things for a dog's body. Out of necessity, he turned down her kindness and said he was a very picky eater. Seeing the woman's sad face, the man suddenly pointed backward to distract her. Then he quickly threw all the food into the corners of the house. When the woman turned around, only empty plates were left on the table. Happily, the woman said she would make soup for him, but the man immediately stopped her. If you like the story, send a red heart in the comments.